It's time for live Des Moines Menace Soccer on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Menace Soccer on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schottenkirk, Shields, G&L Clothing, the Better Business Bureau, and the Atlantic Bottling Company. Now let's go live to the CISN sports team for the action on the field.
Good evening and welcome to West Des Moines Valley Stadium here on CISN.TV as it's soccer night. The Des Moines Menace taking on the St. Louis Lions. Dar Danielson, Justin Vorster with you. And, well, two of the hottest teams in the league here, Justin. Obviously, we know the Menace undefeated, but St. Louis, they've been on a little bit of a four-game run themselves.
Yeah, and apparently they still have a chance to go through. If they get results this weekend, they could still qualify for the playoffs, and they're in a pretty good standing. The Menace, they obviously want to finish on a 100% record, coming in at 12-1 and looking pretty strong at this point.
Mm-hmm. They've already run the Heartland Division in the Central Conference and would like to win the whole PDL and do that tonight with a victory. And we've talked about it, I think, last week, that even though they've been winning, they haven't seemed to let that bother them and think, okay, now we're out ahead and we're leading everybody, haven't lost, we can just coast through. And that seems to be the mental attitude that they've had every match, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been very humble, taking every game as it comes. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup. I'm glad to see Omar Mohammed starting on the right-hand side today. He's got an educated left foot, loves to cut in. The lineup today is a strong lineup. I mean, looking at it, Brandon Fricky, the captain, leading the squad from the back. You got Cristo Alejandro in the midfield. Alejandro likes to come in and get it off the back three. And, the back three with Fenwick, Brandon Fricky and Manning. And then obviously Machado in goal. I mean, he's been an absolute stalwart this season. And, I mean, they're looking to finish strong. And I think it could be a cracking match today.
And when you look over at the Lions, you got Jordan Watson is their leading scorer with 5 goals. Troy Reeves has 4. So, they got a couple guys there that they look to score. And, obviously in the 4-game match, they've been playing pretty well too.
Yeah, and I mean, they've got something to offer, and the goals have been spread. I mean, you look at Keno for the Des Moines Menace. I think he's up at somewhere like 12 to 15 goals.
15 now, yeah. Goals. He leads the league here in scoring with 15. And Tucker Stevenson with 7 is, more than double than what he's got. Also for the Menace, you look at it, Nick Clausen, Luke Hawkinson up among the assist leaders here for the Menace.
Yeah, and he's done really well this year, and it's going to go all around. It's going to be spread all around the team, and but you look at the Des Moines Menace and how well they've done this season. It's been absolutely fantastic, and they're hosting next week. They host the playoffs, so looking to get all the fans out here, come out and support them, and it could be not just today, but looking forward into next weekend, and hopefully they go on to the Nationals, but really are performing really well. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you look at that. They've not trailed in the PDL, a PDL opponent this year, not counting the scoreless minutes, but, and then they've only been tied for 18 minutes in league play. That's amazing when you look at it.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if they go 1-0 down, how they will react and how they will come back from that. So what's the reaction going to be like if they do go 1-0 down, and how they'll adjust, because they've been so used to being in the lead, this whole season. They've gone 1-0 up and they tied a game 1-1. That was a couple of weeks ago. But, I mean, they're always looking for those it'll be a momentum thing as far as if they do go 1-0 down, what's the reaction going to be like?
And that may play into St. Louis strategy. Can we get out, get ahead of them for, to start with, because they're not used to playing that way. You get ahead of them and see how they react. Maybe you can, especially on the road, you get a lead, and the longer you hold that lead, the more chance you have of knocking them off.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how St. Louis Lions come out today. I mean, are they going to drop off and make it as compact as possible, like most of the teams have done against the Menace, throughout the season? They've dropped off and they look to counterattack quickly. Are they going to play a 4-4-2 diamond? Are they going to play a 4-3-3? You know, these are all factors that are going to come into it. And, you know, the Menace going out with their 3-5-2 formation with the two in the midfield is Alejandro and Cristo. I mean, maybe the Lions will come out with a diamond in the midfield to go 4 versus 2. But the Menace are so good at, in transition, as soon as they lose the ball, they look to get behind it as quickly as possible. So all of their players are in good starting positions to defend right away.
Yeah, we've talked a little bit about the offense, but then also this Menace defense. Brandon Fricky back there, Johnny Fenwick, you know, some of those defenders, Wilford Williams, they've done a great job this season, as you say, when they get back. And anybody if you try to dump it over the top, you got to go through Brandon Fricky, and that's not easy to do. And you've talked about it many times. Their positioning on defense, it seems like they're playing that player in the right spots. The ball can't get to them.
Yeah, their starting positions have been very good. They know when to drop and when to press. I think that's very important. Everybody's on the same page. You know, I've been down to the training sessions. I've watched them train, and they have this formation set to a T. It's pinpoint, and they know their roles and responsibilities within the system. They know when to go, when to stay, hold the line, and they know when to drop as well. And they'll drop in deep. They'll try and play it out of the back. They'll be very patient in their build-up, and I think that's what they're going to look to try and do again here today, and to nullify the opposition, open them up and try and play through the lines.
Do you put, as we look ahead to the postseason, do you put anything new in as a team, or do you just stay with what you've been doing, you know, from the Menace side of it?
Well, you always try and start with your best lineup whatsoever, unless you've got injuries and you need to make changes. But, you know, you start with your best lineup, and if it's successful for you, you continue to do it, and you keep your players sharp, especially in training. So whether you're training for an hour and 15 a day, you're resting players. You know, after weekend games, you know, you should rest players for at least 72 hours. But the season is so tight that sometimes they don't get that opportunity. But I know the manager, the coach of the team is doing a good job. Alan Marcino is doing a great job as far as managing his players, and you know, he talks to them continuously and he keeps them motivated. And yeah, I mean that's what I would do. I would start with the best 11 every single time.
Well, they're out right now. The two teams, you see the St. Louis Lions there in the green striped uniforms down there. And the Menace will be in the red uniforms this evening. In goal, Patrick Arankundi for St. Louis. Torrey Reeves will be a defender. Flores Blom, a defender. Evan Garcia, one of the forwards. Justin Stinson in the midfield. Nick Jackson, a defender. Stefan Angelic, a midfielder. Marcus Soma, midfield. Joshua Graham, a defender. Wilfred Niemcy, a defender. And Jordan Watson, a forward for St. Louis. And now for the Menace. They're going to introduce the Menace here. And we'll wait and let you know as they introduce them. Brandon Fricky, the captain here. Carlos Mercado, the keeper.
Defense for your Menace, number 13, Anthony Manning.
Anthony Manning, a defender.
Number 6,
Cristo Michelson, midfielder.
Number 16,
Wilford Williams, a defender.
And number 23,
Marcel Berry, defender.
In the midfield, number 5,
Johnny Fenwick, midfielder. Omar Mohammed, midfielder.
Striker for your Menace, number 3,
Alejandro Covarrubias.
Number 24,
Kino Ryosuke, leading goal scorer in the PDL.
Number 20, Adi Jepson.
And Audie Jempson.
And fans, let's hear it for the Menace's mascot, Maniac.
Maniac, the Menace Maniac there.
Menace head coach Alan Marcino.
And Alan Marcina, the first-year head coach, Dario Pott, Devala Gorick.
Tonight's referees are Eric Wood, Michael Osaka, Jeremy Cohen, and Jake Larson. Fans, at this time, we ask
And now we're going to pause
rise for the national anthem.
for our national anthem.
Will perform the Star-Spangled Banner.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets reckless among bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it for Ellie Walter.
Ellie Walters, a great rendition of the national anthem. And we're about ready to play soccer here. And I watched that match and saw our man Rakitic.
Rakitic?
Rakitic. Why I always want to call him Rakitic? I don't know why. Rakitic take him on into the finals, and that was an exciting one there. And it's going to be interesting Sunday if they can pull it off and pull the upset.
It was a very exciting match. Obviously, Croatia beating England. I wanted England to go on, but Croatia in the end were the better side. The better side won. I think they can go all the way, to be honest with you. I think they can beat France in the final. I'm going to enjoy watching England tomorrow morning against Belgium, see if they can come third. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend of soccer. I mean, we got tonight, tomorrow night, we got World Cup matches on. I mean, for the viewers out there, it's going to be a fantastic weekend, and hopefully the rain can stay away tonight.
Yeah, and I've heard, the U.S. team not in, but it seems like I've heard from a lot of people who are kind of watching, even though the U.S., because the thought was, well, the U.S. isn't in there, so people in the United States won't pull for anybody. But I think it's just such a high level, and you watch it and you learn a lot from that high level of soccer. And I think I've heard from a lot of people who've just sat down and watched some of those matches that normally probably wouldn't.
There's been more viewers here watching in local pubs just around Des Moines than I had a friend in South Africa who's been watching games, and hasn't really been much going on, So it's quite interesting. There's a lot more viewing over here in the United States for all the matches. I mean, I know in LA and that when England were playing, I know it was like packed. Most of the local places and the watch parties were absolutely chock-a-block packed.
Yeah. Well, we're got a good crowd here on hand tonight, looking to see what could be a historic finish here, which would be 13-0-1 for the Menace. And already the Heartland Division champs and Central Conference champions would like to finish it off with the PDL championship. And, of course, St. Louis looking for a playoff spot, so they're going to give them all they could want. And we've got a few darkish clouds to the north. We're going to hope that rain holds off here. The nice thing about it, Justin, is it brought that temperature way down here, at least for game time.
Absolutely it did. And it's cooled down for us up here in the box, and it's going to cool down for them down there. I know Ruben's enjoying it after the last match earlier.
Ruben Garza, our technical man at the controls here tonight. Peter Tarpey on the camera. And here we go. We're underway with soccer in the PDL. And that is St. Louis in the white uniforms with the green stripes, the Menace in red. As we get going, St. Louis tries a quick shot up the left side. Try to sneak it through the defense there. And that'll go off. St. Louis back to the Menace.
You can see St. Louis are looking to test the Menace back three, but they drop into a back five defensively off the ball. So they look to test them in behind right away.
And St. Louis takes it. Outside. Back across the middle, headed up there, and that's going to go off over the goal for a corner. So an early corner for St. Louis. They'll take it from the left side here. Menace getting set defensively. Swinging in and defended pretty well there, so they knock it away.
Yeah, the ball was driven in very well, and unfortunately they didn't get on the end of it, the St. Louis Lions, but it was well defended and kicked out of play on the far side.
And that was Marcel Berry over there who helped knock it away, and here comes St. Louis. And that one will stay with St. Louis. Is an early set piece for the Lions, unable to capitalize, but let's see what they do here, and that'll stay with St. Louis again. A throw on the far side.
The Lions have started off very aggressively.
Tried to throw that right in, and they got it quite a ways in there. Cristo with it, coming back the other way. Menace, quick break back the other way. Ryusuke, can he run it down? And heading down. Turned by the Lions, but Cristo right back in the middle. And now the Lions will turn it back.
Well, Graham, the center back from, the right center back from St. Louis Lions, showed a bit of pace there and just managed to get at least 8 yards ahead of Kino and did very well defensively to keep the ball and try and play it out of the back.
St. Louis will turn it back now. Working against the Menace defense. They're in red. And that goes off of St. Louis to the Menace, right about the half line. Here we go. We'll see them switch field, looks like. Over to Manning. Barry up this right side. And looking for Muhammad through there, but a little too much on it.
Yeah, he checked in and spun out, didn't check his shoulder again. There was just a miscommunication in the movement. Once a decision is made and the head goes down, the ball's played in, so it's a very decisive moment.
So that's, when you do that, you got to stick with it.
Yep, yeah, I mean, Muhammad checked in, he tried to pull the defender with him and then spin out back into space, so the ball could have been played in behind him by Manning. Berry checks into the hole to create a little bit of space to try and pull one of the defenders with him. He was trying to pull Nyamsi. So, good start so far by both teams.
Here's the Lions. They turn it around here. Outside to Garcia. Garcia tried to sneak it through there, but Cristo's right there. Cristo Michelson. That's him again with the ball. And a little battle early.
Good job from Stinson there to win it and shield it off Cristo.
Jelic sends it over the other side. Now gets it back. And St. Louis will drop it. Menace putting a little pressure on, but keeper boots it out of there.
The Menace have shaped up in their familiar shape in a 3-5-2. They'll look to find Cristo and Alejandro through the middle.
And they get the free kick, and they bring it up. Drop it back.
The St. Louis Lions are shaped up in a 4-3-3.
Covarrubias trying to sneak it through the defense. Now picked up by Mohammed. Mohammed sends it outside to Barry. Barry crosses over there, and I think did the keeper get a finger on it?
That was a well-delivered cross by Barry. Unfortunately, nobody made the run to come and get onto the end of it. You had Jepson coming in on the far post. It was absolutely a fantastic ball, difficult one for the goalkeeper, Patrick Ukanda, to deal with.
Arinkandi. Yeah, Arinkandi is how you say that. Patrick, we'll call him.
Arinkandi.
Yeah. And I'll foul on the Menace. Free kick for the Lions. 6 minutes in, no score here. And St. Louis with it. And we'll bring it up. Send it over the right side to IMC. Now quick up the middle. Knocked around, and Fricky gets a header on it. And the Lion player goes down. And now they'll stop play here.
Doesn't look good. He might have taken one in the head there.
Yeah, he got sandwiched between Fricky and the other defender trying to go for the ball. There, that's Jordan Watson, their leading scorer. Shaken up.
Jordan Watson on 5 goals.
Yep.
So far this season.
And the trainer checking him out, and he'll go off. And do they bring anybody in, or are they just going to take him off for a bit?
I think they'll take Jackson off, just assess him for a bit. They probably don't want to, you know, Tony Glavin probably won't want to make any changes at this point, you know, so you'll want to. He looks all right, wants to get him back in the match. He's their leading goal scorer with 5 goals so far this season, so you never want to lose that type of player.
So they'll drop it back to the keeper there as the Menace had the ball when they stopped it. And here come the Menace. Into the 9th minute. And now they move it up the right side. In there to Muhammad. Now Barry. Barry drops it back to Nico over. Lobbed it up ahead. Not quite by the defense. Muhammad is right there, though. Now Muhammad shoots it in. Ryusuke gets it back. And Barry had his hands out wide. He wanted the ball out there.
Nice little interchange of play. Looking for the quick 1-2s. And around the box didn't quite come off. And it was quite easy for Irankundu.
The Lions bring it back. They'll switch fields. Joshua Graham up ahead to Evan Garcia. Looking for Troy Reeves there. He'll drop it back. IMC back in the middle to Stinson. Stinson sends it wide. Now up ahead. Taken away by Fenwick.
They're looking for Jackson. Fenwick did very well to cover. Came in and tied it up and just cleared his lines. It's a good crowd here tonight. If you're sitting at home and doing nothing, come out and watch.
And a foul there on the Menace. The crowd early already anticipating. There's excitement about this team being undefeated, and they'd like to see them finish that way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's so far been a fantastic season. And obviously, the lads out there and the management team would want them to finish unbeaten going into the playoffs.
So here's the free kick wide from the right side.
Got the matchups right in the box there.
And headed away. Didn't quite turn in, and that one will go wide.
Shot goes wide.
Follow up.
It was a decent free kick into the box. Very dangerous. Alejandro got up, leapt like a salmon to clear it.
And here comes Mercado with the kick. Now the Menace will build it back up.
The Lions are setting their lines fairly high. They obviously don't want the Menace to play out of the back. They're pressing high.
Sneak it through to Christo. By on the outside. And
great run from Jepson.
Yeah.
Ball played in by Fricky.
And that'll go out. Yep.
Throw in.
Hard to tell for a minute there if he was going to keep that in, but
you can see I've noticed the St. Louis Lions are pressing. From the back, they're stepping out to try and catch some offside. So it was a great run by Jepson because three players, Mohammed and Kino, were offside, were two players, and then Jepson made the deep run from the midfield.
so here's the throw. 12 minutes in, no score here in the first half. Battle for it over there. Controlled by the Menace. They push back up. They'll send it out on the left side. A quick touch up ahead. Now back up. Mohammed knocked away.
Great save. Fantastic save there by Aaron Kunda. Great ball in by Jepson. Mohammed, loads of space. Might have done better with that in the end.
Now the Lions. Jepson takes it away. Looking for Ryusuke. There he is. Left side. Looking. Sneaks it. Oh, tried to sneak it in there to Jepson, but knocked away.
Ball needed to go earlier. He was trying to get it onto his right foot. Just couldn't get the shot off. Looked to pass. It was square.
Right through.
Berry.
Rubius. Goal!
Fantastic passage of play there. Started off with Alejandro playing a ball into Berry. Berry with loads of space. Got inside their left back. Their number 3. Cut inside. Played a ball across, and Kino, with his 16th goal of the season, just puts it into the bottom keeper's left-hand corner with ease.
And that's exactly the start they were looking for here. 14th minute. The Menace on the board, 1-0. And again, it seems like they get all those players in the box, and they're just looking for that opening and move the ball very well. And Kino always finds that spot, doesn't he?
The runs were perfect at the end of the day there. I mean, Alejandro, they try to clear the lines. Alejandro gets the ball, played a lovely little split pass in between the 5 and the 3. And Berry with a fantastic run, great ball in. That's his second ball he's played in, 2 out of 2, which have been absolutely brilliant. And that was a matter of formality for Kino with a lovely, just right-footed ball into the keeper's bottom left-hand corner.
And giving Berry the assist on that one. So we talked about the Lions wanting to get up early here. Now let's see how they play down a goal early.
It's how they react in the next 5 minutes are very important for both teams, in fact. The Menace need to defend this lead for the next 5 minutes, contain themselves, regain momentum. But now the Lions, they have to go for it. They have to try to get back in the game.
Their playoff hopes on the line here tonight.
Because it's between them and Chicago.
I'll drop it back. Into the middle. A little pressure in the middle by the Menace. Bring it over here to Niamsi. I'll try to go back over on the right side.
It's a decent diagonal ball. Great technique there from Graham.
Held up Soma. Now just a chip in there and dive by Mercado, and he finally keeps it in.
Berry was trying to head it back because if he plays it back with his feet, then the goalkeeper can't pick it up.
Yep.
As you know that, Dob, because you're a referee yourself. I might have just laid it back into him so he could clear his lines.
So,
It was a little bit low.
Intercepted by Soma. Now back to the Menace. Up the sideline. Ryusuke with it. Out wide. Looking across the field. Trying to decide where to go. Into Barry. Barry sends it up there to Covarrubias. He sends it over to Williams.
Williams is offside.
Yeah.
He came across the line, a little darting run in and then broke the line. But went a little bit earlier. The ball should have gone in earlier, to be honest with you. It's all timing at the end of the day.
So the free kick back to St. Louis. They trail now 1-0 off the goal by Ryusuke, who pads his lead up to 16 goals. This one dropped back to Mercado again, and the trouble handling that.
It wasn't quite the ball that Mercado wanted, to be honest with you. It was played back with a bit of pace. Mercado's positioning was good to receive the ball, but it played back too hard and fast, so the weight of the pass was way too hard.
And again, there it was, since it was kickback, he couldn't pick it up.
Correct.
Try to get out of that corner. Mickelson fighting there, and it'll be a goal kick for the Menace. There we go. Mickelson booms it up. Now comes back. And he'll handle it up himself, drop it back. Nice little, but the Lions take it away.
Good little back heel there from Christo. Berry could have played a quick one inside to into Mohammed, who could have just laid it down the line for Christo on the run.
And there's a foul on St. Louis. I think that's something here I alluded to earlier. The Menace are leading, but they aren't letting off at all. You know, right there, that was a good example. They kept on the run and kept trying to win that ball.
Yeah, they keep going. I mean, they lose the ball in transition. They're in good starting positions to defend, to win it back, and I think that's where they're being really good all season long. As Kino looks to break the box,
looks to get in there, and
he looked like he was pushed over. It could have been a penalty decision.
Came down with it.
There's no VAR here. It's only at the World Cup.
And the Lions now being pressured again. And there, Johnny Fenwick putting the pressure on. And it goes out to the Lions. Menace up 1-0 in the 20th minute here. The score came in the 14th minute. And there's a collision there. Ryusuke goes down.
He looks like he's okay. I mean, that was a crunching tackle, to be honest with you. He's lucky he's okay. It could have been worse.
Stretching out that right knee a little bit, looks like.
Gingerly gets up. He walks away, walks it off. 16 goals so far this season. The PDL's top goal scorer. Kino's had a fantastic season so far.
And it'll come back. And they kicked it before the referee Said he was ready. Now he wants them to move it back a little farther. And gives the whistle to start play again. Menace over the right side. Manning. Back to Fricky.
As you can see, the Lions are looking to press quickly, forcing the Menace to play a little bit faster. Lovely ball played in there for Berry by Alejandro.
The defender gets back. Menace knock it down. Covarrubias, but St. Louis takes it right back. They're looking up ahead. On the run, but Mercado comes in there, closes off Jordan Watson before he can get to it.
It's good defending by Brandon Fricky just to get across Watson before he could get in there.
To Mohammed, he drops it back. Manning. Over to Cristo. Outside. Now leaves it to the corner for Kino. He takes it. Looking in. Crossover. Starting to feel a little rain falling here.
Nifty piece of footwork there from Kino in the far side, edge of the box. A couple of step overs, looking to break the line.
Man. Got coming in to take a look at Barry.
Barry carrying a bit of a knock.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they're possibly going to make the change.
And hi to everyone in St. Louis watching here tonight. And I understand we even have occasionally a referee evaluator watching us here.
I believe so. I believe so. He's online watching the game. Old Shane Smith from his home, in the nice comfort of his home, drinking a probably a Coca-Cola at this point, knowing Shane. So we look to resume.
Peter Pearson comes in for Barry. As Barry will go out. And it'll be a Menace throw. So lob it in, looking for Covarrubias. And that'll be a goal kick for St. Louis. Aaron Kunda. And we had a few raindrops fall here toward the windows of the press box and some blue clouds to the north, kind of moving over the field a little bit, but so far no heavy rain. And you can see the sun on the north end as St. Louis is trying to work it down. And a battle down there for it. And that'll be a goal kick.
Again, good cover there by Brandon Fricky on Watson, came across. Thought Mercado would come in and pick it up. A little bit of a miscommunication, but they won the goal kick. It's the main thing. They keep possession.
Yeah, Watson pleading his case a little bit there. As up into the middle. There's Ryusuke with it. Gives it off to Jepson. Jepson ahead to Muhammad. He's onside.
He's onside, yes.
Here he goes, one-on-one. Leaves it over left side. Goal! Beautiful play up top.
They looked to catch Muhammad offside, but he wasn't. He was just in line with the last centre back. Fantastic stuff breaking forward. 2v1 at the end of the day with the goalkeeper. Very unselfishly played it into the pathway of Kino, who just slotted it home into the open goal with ease.
So Muhammad the assist that time to Ryusuke for goal number 17. And the Menace are up 2-0 here. And, yeah, I think everybody kind of paused. They thought Muhammad was offside, but the flag never came up. And then he came down, threw in the goaltender, and just dished it off to Ryusuke. And 2 goals for Ryusuke.
The speed of play and the movement there was absolutely fantastic.
The assist coming from number 10, Omar Mohammed.
And back to action. St. Louis finding themselves now trailing here. They're fighting for a playoff spot. Outside. And drop it back. They'll set it up top there for Fenwick. And that will go out to St. Louis. Up ahead, Ryusuke drops it off. Now St. Louis clears it out of there. Quick pass outside to Muhammad.
You can tell the confidence is booming within the Menace squad here. They're moving the ball a lot quicker. They've got St. Louis Lions players running. They've got good shape in the way they're playing, getting it wide, looking for quick 1-2s. The St. Louis Lions have got a bit of work to do today. Just need to get their foot on the ball, regain momentum, slow the game down. That's what they need to do at this point.
Muhammad in there, has it taken away. Here's Evan Garcia. He tries to send it up, does. Well, they drop it back to Floris Blom. The Lions come up. There's Watson. Watson tries to sneak it through, but he's got 4 defenders back there, and then they call a yellow.
Watson did very well to pick the ball up in the hole, turn and run it. The Menace players forcing a free kick. Did really well to win the free kick. Indeed, he did.
Johnny Fenwick picks up the yellow for the Menace. And this will give him a free kick in a dangerous area there, Justin.
Yes, it will. And, 2-0 down, you get 1 goal back, you're back in the game, So 2-0 at this point really doesn't mean anything. If you can still force the pressures, they look to take this free kick.
Stinson and Angelic there. Let's see who takes it. As they set up the wall, here's Stinson, right footer, goal! Was that on the outside? Nope, that was there.
Yeah, so fantastic free kick there by Stinson. Lined it up well with his right foot, bent it round the wall to the opposite side of the Menace goalkeeper, Makedo, who was standing to the right-hand side of the wall. Played it to the left. It was a pin-perfect free kick. Had to be fantastic into the bottom corner. Well taken there by Stinson.
Justin Stinson gets him on the board, and it's 2-1, so all of a sudden a different match here.
Like I said to you, Dar, you get one goal, it's 2-1, you're back in the game.
That'll go out to the Menace. So we've got some rain falling a little bit here. The umbrellas are out.
So basically you don't want to give away any silly free kicks at the edge of the area, especially if you know that they have free kick specialists in their team.
Now the Lions looking for possession. Ryusuke. And up ahead, here come the Lions on the counter. Taken away by Covarrubias.
Well won there by Covarrubias. That was a crunching tackle, both of them going into it.
And the yellow is going to come out now for St. Louis, I believe.
It's a red card.
Red
He sent
card.
him off. Feet up, definitely.
Yep.
He's hurt as well.
That's Marco Soma with the red. And Covarrubias still down for the Menace there.
Definitely was. It was studs up over the top. Dar, being a referee yourself, would you have given that?
Oh, yeah, that's a point of emphasis. Anytime you're coming in with the cleats up, that's an automatic, seems like.
We should call in Shane Smith and get his views on the decision by the referee.
Well, the one that matters is on the field right now.
Absolutely. The main decision maker.
Which St. Louis now will be down a man once we get back to play, and they're taking
They'll probably change their shape.
Over.
They'll change the shape to a 4-4-1. Hold out to half-time. At 2-1, they're still in the game. And then maybe look to change things up. Maybe 65th minutes, 70th minute. And really go for it if it's still 2-1. They might want to try and hold out.
There's a lot of action here. And back to action. This one will. Yeah, we don't have the VAR to check that one out, so. That's just, I think, the 6th goal of the season the Menace have given up in PDL play. But now, St. Louis looking for the equalizer, down a man following the red card.
Now with the Menace with a man up. We'll look to capitalize on this as Kino breaks the line. Lovely run in behind. Good ball from Jepson.
Gets it up there on the left side. Now turns it around, drops it back to Williams. Over to Covarrubias. Lob up ahead, but nobody there. And it'll go out for a St. Louis throw. A little spitting of rain, but nothing sustained here too heavy right now as we're back to action in a 2-1 match. Up ahead, nice little heel kick back. Covarrubias, oh, he tried to do the same to Kino coming through, but couldn't get it through there.
Yeah, it was a lovely little flick by Kino onto Alejandro. He might want to try and take a shot first time. Hesitated, kept the ball, looked to reciprocate Kino again, but it was intercepted. So Menace looked to build. Well taken. Nice header there, Christo.
Christo gets it. And Ryosuke realizes he's off, so he comes back. They send it outside to Williams. Williams, who tried to go to Muhammad, but knocked away by the defender. They battle for it. And they say play advantage. And they will. Williams gets up and gets it from Covarrubias. Well, Christo knocked down. Menace will keep it, though. Up ahead, Jepson sends it outside. Now over the top. Muhammad trying to run that one down. Does. Back over to Williams. Jepson outside. Back to Jepson. Ryosuke far side. Couldn't get it over the defender. Ryosuke just put his hand up calling for the ball. I tried to get it to him, but not high enough. And here comes St. Louis on the counter. Into the middle. Back outside.
Angelique putting a bit of pressure on Pearson.
Garza there. Garza takes it in. Left footer goes off the defender. Oh, I guess it didn't.
Yeah, Garcia tried to win the corner, tried to deliver the ball first. He ricocheted back off him out for a goal kick. He didn't even appeal for it because he knew it came off him anyway.
I didn't even see the ricochet.
I'm just guessing it did.
You could see it through that dark glass here, can't you?
Yeah. X-ray eyes.
A A lot of action here in the first half so far. Into the 36 minutes. 2-1 Menace. Menace in red. And that goes out. We've had a yellow and a red card along with the 3 goals. And the red card came against the Lions, so they're playing down 1. Soma. And here's the Menace throw. Up the line. St. Louis trying to get control. They sent it to the middle, but it's taken by the Menace. Muhammad drops it back now, and Pearson keeps it in. And
Jepson started his run, stopped his run. Christo played it through, thinking he was going to make the run across the defender into the hole.
Elmsey, they're with it. And the Lions now will move it up. Their goal coming on a free kick after a foul. Outside to Evan Garcia, excuse me.
Garcia, yeah.
Now over to Garcia, looking for him up the left side. Good ball right to him. He settles it, looks.
Off the ball, the Menace shape up into a 5-4-1 defensively. Very compact, tight. It'd be hard to break them down at this point, especially playing with a player down.
Over on the right side, couldn't do anything with that, though. Now back over. Over here to Dempsey. Up ahead. Stinson trying to go to the right side there, but the defender steps up, and then Bricky heads it back to the keeper.
It's it back to Makeda. Marcus Garcia looking to press.
Up to Pearson and to Nico. Or Christo, excuse me. There's Nico. And that goes out to the Lions. And looks like they're going to make a substitution here. Which will be Paul Migliarina coming in.
Migliarina comes in.
For St. Louis.
Was it Jackson that left? Number 15?
I think it was, yeah. Jackson left.
He must be carrying a knock.
And got a little rain falling now, which will make it a little tough for us to see as we got to close the window with it blowing back on our equipment. Outside to Pearson. He was on there. Looked like he might have been off. Muhammad with it. He turns into Pearson. Back to Muhammad. Christo. Over. Now they lob it far side to Williams. Williams. Back in, back out. Long shot is way high.
Wayward, he was way off balance was Alejandro. Just took a big swing at it. But the build-up play was good. There was some quality in the build-up. Muhammad did well, brought the ball down on the chest, kept the ball. They looked to swing it out from right to left.
So into the final 5 minutes here of the first half, 2-1 Menace. leading St. Louis. Battle at midfield for the ball. Run out of there. And a foul called on the Menace. So St. Louis takes it. And trying to go out wide with it, but goes too much pace on that and it goes out.
Angelique looking to play the ball out wide. A little bit too much on it.
And up to Pearson, right side for the Menace. He leaves it up ahead for Muhammad, but can't quite get there. The defender steps in and takes it away for the Lions. Joshua Graham. Now quickly up the other way, trying to break it back, but it'll go out. We're looking for Wilson or Watson again up there.
Joshua Graham did very well to come through and cover. Just to pick up possession, play it out of the back.
And now outside to Pearson. And just knocked away. And
Yamsi picked up a bit of a knock there.
Yeah, and that's going to go out for a corner.
Corner.
It caught the flag and went out. Otherwise, it's a throw, but he hurt himself there. Coming back. Iamsi.
It's good.
We got some clear skies to the north, and looks like the rain clouds are slowly moving over here. Just a real light rain was coming down a minute ago, and now it seems like it may have stopped. To the north of us, they had a big thunderstorm earlier around 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock. And thankfully, that didn't head in onto us here.
Thankfully, yes. Yeah. Not like the last time.
Well,
absolutely drenched.
Here's the corner, the first corner of the night by the Menace. Pearson.
Alejandro with the corner.
Just over the head there. Covarrubias with the corner. I'm sorry. Knocked away.
Well won there by Williams. Very well. Very well. Timed his tackle.
Yusuke sends it across the field. Now over to Covarrubias. And get it back. Looking. Sends it down. Muhammad. Working. Still looking, and it goes off St. Louis. Or no, they're going to say it was off the Menace, so back to St. Louis. Final minute of regulation here in the first half. Probably have a little bit of stoppage because of injuries. And now there's a free kick for St. Louis. Lions with the ball here. White with the green stripes trailing. 2-1. Sent it down the far side to Stinson. Stinson gets there, but is poked away.
Lovely diagonal ball played in. I think it was that man Graham again. He's played some lovely balls in. I don't think he's put one wrong.
We'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Not quite to it yet, but a corner for St. Louis. And here on the set piece, they'd like nothing more than to tie it up before the half. Swinging in, headed back by Fenwick.
Fenwick was good delivery and just went over Mikado's head. Mistimed it.
into the 3 minutes of stoppage time here. And this one will go down toward the corner. And Justin's going to head out and go down. His women's team is going to be honored here at halftime. As we're a minute into the stoppage time. St. Louis, a big boot up the field. Watson trying to run to it. Knocked down by the Menace. Crystal, he'll send it back over to Ryosuke. He drops it off. Now back to Ryosuke. Off the left side. He's got both the Menace goals. This one is wide and outside. As Ryosuke scored in the 14th and the 24th minute. Here it'll be another Menace corner. Second Menace corner of the first half. Covarrubias again to take the corner. Minute left of extra time. This one, Ryosuke was looking at it, but just went over him. Menace scrambling. St. Louis trying to get there and break the other way, but Crystal gets it, turns it. Now knocked down by St. Louis. Here they come on the counter. Into the middle to the feet. Sends it outside. Long shot. That will go wide. Mercado puts up a hand and waves at it, but that was way wide. And about 30 seconds of extra time here left in the first half. And Mercado will just take his time, setting this up to kick it out and probably kill off most of the rest of the extra time here in the first half. As he sends that up. Knocked down by Garcia. And that will do it. So the end of the first half. Menace 2, the Lions 1 here, and it's been a good battle. A lot of stuff happening in that first half as the Menace battling to keep their season undefeated and the Lions battling for a playoff spot here out of West Des Moines. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our halftime, get you caught up on what happened there in the first half. That's coming up after this on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we got it all.
Sportsmanship. Who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you.
Want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
We are at halftime here at West Des Moines Valley Stadium. Darn Danielson with you on CISN.TV. Justin has gone down to the field where you can see him walking down there now with his team, the women's team, going to be honored here at the half, and it's raining a little bit down there. And the score here, 2-1 Menace at the half. Kino Ryusuke opened it up off the assist from Barry in the 14th minute, scoring his 16th goal. Then it was Ryusuke again in the 25th minute with another goal with the, I believe, the assist to Muhammad on that one. Then Justin Stinson off the free kick in the 29th minute got St. Louis on the board, and it's 2-1 here at the half. And you see Justin down there with his team members being introduced here at the half. Others goings on here in the first half. Johnny Fenwick was given a yellow card in the 28th minute. Then Marco Soma was sent off with a red card in the 30th minute after a cleats up tackle on Kovo Rubius for the Menace. And let's see if I can get the mic out there and see what Justin is saying here.
The ladies that were involved throughout the season, I'd like to thank them very much for a wonderful season. Mrs. Kaylin Schwan.
I'm Kaylin and I'm from South Africa. I'm Desire and I'm from Jerusalem. I'm Izzy and I'm from Adel. I'm Robin and I'm from South Africa. I'm Jeannie and I'm from Honduras. I'm Amber, I'm from England. I'm Haley and I'm from right here in West Des Moines.
And I'm Hugo Macedo, the assistant coach. All right, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you.
And there you see Justin and the women's team down there. They finished, what was it, a 5-game, 6-game run at the end of the season here. And Justin, of course, does color with us here on the games off and on, and we appreciate that out of him in between his coaching duties. So anyway, got a few rain clouds up there, a little bit of rain still coming down. It's been a light rain, fortunately. And we had some severe weather north of us where they got quite a bit of rain and some severe weather. But so far, don't want to jinx it, but haven't seen any lightning or anything here. Just a little bit of light rain, and it's actually been nice. It's cooled things off quite a bit here at the stadium here tonight. So we're at halftime, 2-1. The Menace leading St. Louis. Why don't we take another break? We'll do that and then come back with more here at halftime on CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
The Fairway, where we're not a mega food, fashion, fitness, you name it center. For 80 years, we've been your neighborhood meat and grocery store, focused on cutting you the highest quality meats for your backyard barbecue, providing the freshest ingredients for your summer salad, and making sure your shopping trip is as easy and sweet as Grandma's blueberry pie. So while others try to put it all under one roof, at Fairway, we put our
By
all.
nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy. Obsessively, relentlessly.
Summer is always a happy time of year, and at Come and Go, we want to make you even happier. That's why we have great deals all summer long, like our made fresh pizzas that are buy one and get one free every Friday. And you can sip happy with any size drink for just $1 every day. Or get 10 cents off fuel when you buy any 3 sodas. So come on in and find your happy this summer. Come and Go, where and means more happy.
We are here at halftime. West Des Moines, the Menace, leading the Lions 2-1 here. So a big goal on the Lions in the 29th minute to have it here. And so at halftime, they got a chance to come back out. They're fighting for a playoff spot here as they need a win tonight. They're in third place right behind Chicago. They're at 6-5-2. Chicago at 7-5-2. And they've won 4 in a row here, and including matches. All those wins came up in Canada. And so we are here at the half. A little bit of rain. Had to close the window for a minute there because the rain was blowing back in on the equipment. But now still coming down lightly, but doesn't seem to be blowing back into the press box here, into the open window like it was earlier. And waiting here. We'll see if Justin, he was going to see if maybe he could bring a player up here at the half, which he is going to bring a couple players up. Yeah, come on over here. We'll get the mics ready. Come on over here, ladies. Are we on here? Okay, you can hold the mic. Yeah, don't cough. Hold it up there so you can talk into it. Okay, tell everybody who you are.
I'm Robin Moodley.
And what position you play?
I play centre mid.
Centre mid, and who's your?
I'm Kaylin Swart, and I'm a goalkeeper.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you guys had a good finish to the season here. Huh?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the players came in a little late, but we ended really strong.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good group this year, and I think what we accomplished this year, I think it would help us for next year. I think we set a good example. So for the league, I mean, obviously everyone looked at us, and now they know who Des Moines Menace is, and so yeah, so it was pretty good this year.
Now, from the accent, you're not from West Des Moines exactly,
no,
are you?
We're both from South Africa.
From
actually.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're from this guy's hometown, Justin here. What kind of coach is he anyway?
Oh, he's a great coach.
Is he?
I love his coaching style. It's all about the possession game. That's one of the main reasons I came back to play, actually. I've joined in, I played the first time in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And when Justin was appointed head coach, it definitely gave me an advantage. You know, that's the reason I came back to play.
Yeah, Justin's a great coach. I mean, we've been with him for a while now, and he knows how we play, and he knows what the game of football means. And I think he's just his style of play and like how he wants us to play is really. I mean, you want to play for your coach, and that's how we want to play for Justin. So I think that's what all the girls bought in this year, and that's for sure. That's what got us where we were.
Sounds like fun. Nice to have a little rain and cool things off just a bit. Not too much rain, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So what's next for you two now that this season is over? What's up next?
Well, we have qualifiers coming up for the World Cup next year in France. So hopefully we can get there, because that's the goal, is to qualify for the World Cup. So hopefully the girls can come together and do it, because we haven't gone to a World Cup yet. We've been to 2 Olympics, but we haven't been to a World Cup. So.
Okay, now I want to tell you something. Guess who was on with me last year at halftime and went on to the World Cup? Mr. Rakitic. He was
You got-
here.
Yes, that's right.
I interviewed him. Now, I'm not saying that's why he, but I did pull him aside afterwards, give him a few tips. So if you ladies want to see me, no. Anyway, well, it sounds like you're excited about it. You have fun coming here and playing for the Menace, huh?
Yeah, we love it. I mean, it's a great city. It's growing. Football's growing out here, and I mean, everyone's excited about it. So, I mean, why not? So.
And what about the young kids? You get to work with them much when you're
Yeah,
here?
we did most of the camps this summer, and just seeing them come out to the games. Obviously, it's good to see little kids in the stands, and I mean they learn from us. So when they see us play, and then it's just they want to play football. So that's all it is. It's getting them involved and hoping they take home what they've learned over the weeks that we've been with them, and so everyone's pretty excited about it. So
Yeah, got to hold it up there close so we hear it. Well, that's the key too. Is everybody talks about the U.S. and how do you get people more interested in soccer, and it's people like you are role models, and you work with the kids, and then it's kind of fun, I imagine, to see them look up to you, and and then they try to imitate what you showed them. Is that?
Yeah, having the chance, because we had this past week, we had a racer camp for the little kids, the Menace kids, and some of them came out tonight, and they just, even though we didn't play tonight because it's a boys' game, they were like happy that they had their coach there and whatever. But having the chance to show our skills and push it on to them, definitely something rewarding.
Okay. Now, generally, Justin is my analyst, but I'm going to have you guys be the analysts. We got the Menace here. It's still close, 2-1, but they could go 13-0-1 and into the playoffs. So what do you see as their playoff future as they head into the PDL playoffs? You see them going on and taking it all, or what's your
I think
analysis?
they've been doing really, really well. They've been really aggressive in most of their games. The score most of the scores have been really high. It's already they're like 2-0 up already, and they definitely taking this game, as you can see. So I think they got a shot, definitely.
I think the men's team has grown tremendously over the years, and I think this year they're a pretty strong group. And so from the games that we've seen, I mean, it's only it's so exciting to watch them because you know what you're gonna get because they're pretty passionate and they show it on the field, and I think they can go all the way if they keep going like this. So.
Okay, well, I think they're going to have to hold off a little charge here in the second half from St. Louis, don't you?
That's true. That's true. I mean, they just got to go for it now. They can't hold back anything. So, I think, but they got it. I think they'll come out with a win tonight.
All right, ladies, we appreciate you taking the time to come up with talk with us, and congratulations on a great season.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. And just about ready to kick off the second half here. And it's always fun talking with the players. Justin now slipping them each $5 for the kind things they said about him here during the interview. And great couple ladies, and I've always impressed when I talk with players on your team or the men's team, and what good people they are just outside the game.
Yeah, I mean, they're a fantastic group of girls, absolutely well-mannered. They're very coachable, which is a great achievement. It's a fantastic attribute to have. They work hard. And like they said, they came out here for the style of play. They love the possession game. So I think moving along, obviously, I'd like to be involved again next year and formulate a team and try and keep the core of the players back involved.
Well, looking at this, you mentioned it right before the half. You said they needed to get a goal, and they have that, and it's a whole different game here. And I imagine that's a lot of what they talked about in the halftime, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think St. Louis Lions are probably going to wait until about the maybe they might come out right now as fast as they can, but they'll wait till about the 65th, 70th minute and look to press maybe or hold, and then maybe they'll change the shape, maybe go 3 at the back and look to play players forward quickly.
So the Menace kicking it off here. And St. Louis back to action. And, of course, playing down a player because of the red card. Up ahead there. And now Williams will look to take it up the left side. Sneaks it in there. Now back over to Covarrubias. Nico. Or Cristo. up ahead. And offside called on the Menace. So the Menace trying to quick counter there, but they get called for the offside. And St. Louis with the ball now in the white with white shorts and the green stripes on the top. Menace in the red and black. And trying to get it up ahead. Now drop it back. And they'll switch fields. Maybe, yep, over to Troy Reeves on this right side. Back over to Joshua Graham. And almost knocked away by Kino. He pressured that pass back and just about stole one there.
Looks like St. Louis Lions have shaped up the same way. Well, in fact, they're looking to push forward. They're playing 3 at the back. So they're really going to go for it. They want to try to get back into the game.
Reeves outside. Back up in. Turns on it. Inside. Back across to Evan Garcia. He sends it out wide. Trying to get it back into Garcia. Knocked down. And then a foul will be called as he
Garcia
trips him up there, Anthony Manning.
Garcia looked to deliver, but it was blocked by Pearson.
And there's Fenwick, drops it back, up to Williams now. He tried to send it quickly through to Jepson, but it's picked off. Here's Reeves. Over to Angelic. St. Louis back the other way. Outside to Reeves. Reeves now double team, gives it away. Angelic into the middle. Drive it into the middle. Drop back. Over to Reeves, right side. Reeves looking. Now sends it up over. Header is high. Bounces out to the right side. And a battle for it. And it'll go out back to the Menace.
As you can see, St. Louis Lions have changed the shape. They've come out 3-3-3. Tight 3 in the midfield with 3 up high. So they've definitely changed the shape. Probably the discussion in the locker room at halftime.
Knocked down by St. Louis. Sent in, now back, drop back to Angelic, to Reeves. Over the top and over the head and out on the far side. Menace with it now, throw it in, stolen, taken away by St. Louis. St. Louis back down, and then knocked away, and that'll be out for a corner.
Good tackle by Manning.
First corner here of the second half for St. Louis. They'll send Garcia over to the far side to take the corner. Swinging in, but out wide, and Reeves tries to get ahead on it. And then clear it out.
Diagonals on.
Up across, not quite going to get there. Good job. Recovery by the Lions.
Stinson with the recovery. Actually, Graham. The ball wasn't quite weighted enough.
They sent it outside. Menace will slow it down a little bit, reset here, build it back up. Up to Williams. Inside, Cristo. Oh, cuts inside. Now back around, shot, knocked away, and they have to clear it out of there. But I think Christo kind of surprised everybody with that move.
Lovely piece of skill by Christo. Step to his left, cut in on his right. Decent save by the keeper. It was actually straight at him. But I think if Keno would have connected that, he was in an offside position anyway.
Cross there, knocked away. And now here come the Lions looking to turn. Back the other way.
Menace have enough numbers behind the ball.
And they do knock it down. We'll come back the other way. That's obviously a concern with the Lions when they play up more, that the counter from the Menace here.
Yeah, because they're going to push numbers forward, so there's going to be gaps between the lines, especially at the back. Earlier on, if Christo would have connected that one pass, Alejandro was through. I mean, nothing was going to stop him at the end of the day.
On the Menace now. Fenwick up ahead. Knocked out of there for the moment. And over to Williams. Oh, Jepson gets it back to Muhammad. Stops and goes, and then into the defender. Williams picks it up. And to Jepson. Jepson comes across the top and is bumped off the ball. And St. Louis takes it back the other way. And then bumped off the ball the other way. So, getting a little more physical out there.
Yeah, the Menace just need to settle down, keep the ball, regain momentum, possibly slow it down at this stage.
Up ahead. Omar Mohammed.
Because eventually playing with 10 players, St. Louis Lions are going to get tired at some point during this match.
There's Williams, drops it back to Fenwick. And now Fricky, he'll send it over the other side as they switch sides over to the right side.
Should be less pressure now for the back three of the Menace. Should be easy now for Fricky, Fenwick, and Manning.
Now they have kind of slowed it a bit here. Fenwick to Williams. Williams takes it back inside, splits the defenders. Has Muhammad on the outside, gets it out to him. Muhammad, left foot across. Tries to sneak by the defender, but St. Louis does a good job of shutting off the attack. Now take it away. Jepson. Jepson.
No shove in the back, didn't give it.
And goes wide.
Yeah, the little, you have the African connection down the left-hand side here with Williams from Liberia and Mohammed from Somalia.
And then got it into Audie Jepson, who's from Wisconsin. Quite a ways away from.
5 hours, 6 hours, maybe?
A little more than that.
Yeah, a little more.
But playing well up front seems like the Menace right now. The Lions coming back. And tackled out there. Got Manning.
St. Louis have no choice. They have to go for it. They have to try and win this game to come in second spot for a playoff position.
And that ball just about snuck over the defense, but not quite.
Which will be hosted next week in Des Moines, I believe.
Yep, right back here next Friday, a week from tonight. It'll be a 4:30 match followed by the 7:30 Menace match against the second place team in the Great Lakes Division.
As Lions look to deliver across the box. Lovely left-footed, educated ball. Only one player in the box to get on the end of it. It's taken away by Williams.
He brings it back up. Christo now taken away from him. Stinson going through the defense, tries to hop it over there, and Mercado right there to knock it down.
Good effort from Stinson, not enough pressure on the ball. Had to take it, forced a save from Mercado to his right-hand side.
Stinson's got a few moves when he gets up there with the ball, though.
Yeah, he scored a fantastic free kick with the right foot around the wall. So he's got trick or two up his sleeve.
Up ahead. Ryusuke, cross, goal! Jepson slided it in there.
Well, Kino with a bit of skill on the far right-hand side. Little scissors with the left foot, takes it around the defender onto his right. Lovely ball, and Jepson gets across the centre-back for a well-timed finish. Easy 3-1 to the Menace in the 56th minute.
And I think that's only Kino's second assist, I think, on the season. But that makes it 3-1. And there again, when you move Kino out on that outside a little more, it seems like things open up too, don't they?
Well, Lions changing their shape to 3 at the back now has opened it up. So they can create 1v1 situations like that. And, Kino, you post Kino up 1v1 against anybody, he'll take him on.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in the first half, they had numbers around him every time he tried to cut in, which was making it really difficult for him. So now there's space in the box, and Jepson has space to get across the centre back and finish it. It was always going to happen with the shape that St. Louis Lions have come out with, that's for sure.
So now St. Louis even more urgent here. Over to Reeves. Stinson. Drops it back. Angelic. Over in the middle, but knocked away. Ryosuke just touches it back. And now we'll drop it back to Mercado. And he'll clear it out of trouble to the right side. Up ahead. Looking. Back up Ryusuke. Left side. Jepson leaves it off. Mohammed and off the post.
Actually, that was Williams.
Or was that Williams? Oops, excuse me. Yep.
But the build-up play was fantastic from Mohammed into Kino into Jepson. Jepson down the line into Williams. Williams' strike came off the goalkeeper in the post. Back into the keeper's hands.
So the Menace just keeping up the attack. And it looks like we're going to have a substitute. Wang Sunday coming in for Pearson, I think. Oh, no, Covarrubias.
Yeah, Alejandro hates leaving the field, that's for sure. He did that the last time.
So Covarrubias will slowly walk over there to come off.
Kill some time.
As we're into the 59th minute here, Menace up 3-1.
It's going to take a lot for St. Louis Lions to get back in this game, especially playing a man down.
And that will stay with the Menace. Playing down because of the red card given to Marco Soma in the 30th minute of the first half.
A very, very dangerous tackle over the top. His first offense of the night, but it was a straight red offense.
And now the Menace outside. Up ahead. Back in. Mohammed. Sends it back outside. They'll reset it.
Williams is screaming for the ball on the near side to us.
Sends it in to Mohammed. Oh, tried to drop it into Jepson, but knocked away. And now St. Louis trying to get it out of there. A couple bodies hitting each other. And finally, penalty called.
Yeah, definitely a free kick on the outside of the box.
St. Louis.
Similar position to the first half when Stinson scored. Quick free kick out wide to Mohammed.
He stops, drops it back. Lob in there and headed away. by Cristo. And now Lions trying to turn it back the other way, but can't. And Mercado. Excuse me. Rankunde will bring it back up for St. Louis. Here's Reeves. Stinson now lobs it over for Reeves on the right side. Trying to run it down.
Just caught Fenwick.
Yep. Didn't go anywhere. Now he's still down.
Reeves just caught him as he tried to deliver the ball.
And he's down there in the corner. You can't see him here on the screen, but he gets up.
Gingerly gets up. Seems to be all right. He'll walk it off. There you go, my boy.
And back up. Ali Sodal coming in for the Lions. And we're back to action here in the 63rd, almost the 64th minute. 3-1 Menace now. It was 2-1 at the half. Menace have scored here in the second half. And cleared away again. Lions still battling for it and can't keep it in.
It was always going to be a difficult task for them to come back after having a player sent off, especially against this well-trained unit, the Des Moines Menace. Very well-organized team. They did come out in the first half and press, try and create something with Stinson with the shot from outside the box, forcing Mercado to make a save. But once that third goal goes in, it's going to be a difficult, well, pretty much this way, an uphill battle.
Into the middle. Now they'll drop it back again and try to go wide outside left, but it's headed away. And that'll go to the Menace on the throw. Back the other way, and there's a foul there on the Menace.
Free kick in a dangerous position. About 20 yards out. A little less maybe, but
yeah,
18.
Just about where they had it on the other side when they scored their goal.
A little bit further away. It's going to take something special here to beat Mercado.
And Justin Stinson will line up again to take it. He popped in the only goal for the Lions in the 29th minute. And we'll try to get another one here. There's the boot. Oh, and that one's high. Was looking for that curve into the corner, but not there. And Mercado will boot it out. Headed up by the Lions. Just a lot of movement, but nobody getting anywhere.
Actually, well won at the back there by the centre back. Graham, actually, he's done really well today for the St. Louis Lions. I've been impressed with him. He's played some lovely diagonal balls in, left to right, right to left. Anything in the air, he pretty much wins. Does a great job. Been impressed with him today, that's for sure.
Here comes Williams now up the left side. He's got Jepson to his left. Ryusuke looking to get it in there, but taken away.
That man again, Graham, steps in to win the ball.
Cross there, Mercado comes out, knocks it away.
It's too easy at this point. They shouldn't be allowing Reeves that much time and space to deliver the ball. What a lovely ball played in for Mohammed on the far right-hand side.
Here he comes. Oh, almost dribbled through there, kept alive. Back over, nope. Run on is behind.
That's one player I don't want to give time and space to Mohammed. He'll easily cut in onto his favoured left foot. It's a good strike. Went under the goalkeeper, Irenkunda's body.
The Lions now into the 69th minute. Trailing 3-1. Fighting for their playoff lives. Into Reeves.
Garcia has also been very good for the Lions, been very creative in the midfield. His movement's been very dynamic.
A couple players go down in a tangle. But they play on now. I'll give the ball to the Menace.
The crowd has stuck out the weather. It's also nice to see some opposing fans. I see at least 6 St. Louis Lions fans in the stands.
A little bit of green in the stands there.
Yep.
Well, it's a little bit of a drive, but
it's only 6 hours.
Is that all it is? 6 hours? That's not bad. Hey, I drove to Texas 2 weekends ago. 11 hours.
Yeah, yeah. You can keep that drive. I'm going to fly it next time.
Well, yeah.
You're going to watch the game tomorrow, Dar? England-Belgium, big game.
Yep.
3rd and 4th place, 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock in the morning? Oh,
yeah.
I might get up and watch that one, yeah. Menace, sneak it through there. Oh, knocked down. Nice by Aaron Kungadi.
Good save. Christo again.
And knocked down again.
It's like Dunkirk at the back right now on Aaron Kunda. He's actually done very well today. He's pulled off some, in fact, about 6 really good saves.
Stinson. Now Stinson gets it back. And sneaking it outside. That right corner. They're going to run it down. Back up. Oh, and Mickelson steps in there, knocks it down. And then Ryusuke knocked down. He's mad because he thought he was going to go on the breakaway, which he
the St. Louis
close
staff
to.
off the bench, appealing for a foul that looked like a foul earlier on outside the box, wasn't given.
And now a little extracurricular over there with Angelic and Christo Mickelson.
Yeah, it looks like the Menace are getting set to make a change. Get some fresh legs into the game.
And usually you look for that guy who's walking away. I didn't do anything. You know, he's probably the guy that started it in the first place. Yeah, you know.
A little bit of hustle and bustle. It's all part of the game. Happens.
But I've been impressed with Mickelson, his size and the way he moves and the way he gets after the ball, you know.
And for his size, very agile indeed.
So James Allwine into the lineup for the Menace. Into the 72nd minute here. They lead 3-1. Fricky sends a free kick up ahead. And taken quickly by St. Louis. And Allwine replaced Anthony Manning in the Menace lineup. Going up the sideline, nobody there, but it's knocked out. And we'll stay with the Menace. It looks like the Lions are going to make a substitution here now. Number 6, Greg McCudden will come on for the Lions.
St. Louis Lions substitution. Entering the game at number 6, Greg
McCruden replaces Garcia. McCruden replacing Garcia in the lineup for the Lions.
I wonder if this could be more of an attacking change or just one-for-one, fresh legs into the game. The Menace getting Alwyn in for Manning. Alwyn's a quality defender as well. That's the thing, the depth with the Menace is fantastic. They got for player, they got anybody that can replace another player out there, and they're still quality.
Ryusuke sends it back up toward the top. Shot off the post on the right side. Menace retain it. Stepping through, and that'll go off St. Louis for a corner.
It was that man, Mohammed, again, getting the ball onto his right foot, just coming off the post. Forcing the ball out wide.
And Adi Jepson will go to the corner to send this one in for the Menace. Just their first corner here of the second half. They sent it in. Jepson gets it back. Drops it off. Now they're going to move into attack. Now good little look inside. Oh!
How did he miss that?
I don't know.
That was a chance, for sure.
Right there in front of the goal.
That was a great chance. Kino, of all people, who would normally finish that off.
Would have been the hat trick.
It would have been. Out of all the chances he's had today, that's the one he misses. However, he'll get the next one, that's for sure.
I can only think maybe a little bit of the moisture on the field slowed him up, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, yeah, point blank and goes wide. And back to action for the Lions. They try to break that line again. Reeves. Angelic. Back in. Outside and knocked away. Again, the Menace very good at squeezing off that outside attack. Now they send it outside to Reeves, and too much on that. Yep. Flag comes up. It did go out. Looked like he might have saved it for a minute, but they will say no. And
Makeda will look to build out of the back. The line is still very high from St. Louis Lions.
It looks like another substitution here for the Menace. Muhammad's going to go out. Emmanuel Paga coming into the match, replacing Muhammad, who's had a good night tonight. And again, he's up there.
He's had a fantastic night.
Yeah. And he stirs things up even when he's close to a goal there. But when he doesn't get it, he kind of keeps action moving and keeps the defense moving around, which obviously helps Ryusuke. Jepson trying to head that ahead. And now Williams.
Good movement by Jepson, just spinning out into the space.
There he brings it into the box. Jepson crosses. Oh, and another miss, point blank. In front of the goal.
Lovely ball in from Williams into the space and behind. Jepson checking out into the space, delivering the ball across, and just went past.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Paga.
Paga, who just came in and almost got a goal. It stays 3-1 Menace in the 78th minute. Williams ahead again to Jepson. Jepson.
Lovely flick by Jepson.
Yeah, back to Paga, taken away by St. Louis.
Telepathic into Paga.
St. Louis. Drop it back now. Try to build it up. Clock ticking down on their playoff hopes here. They trail 3-1.
Menace are looking very comfortable at this point, the stage of the game.
I'll say it was a big task coming in, being the only team to give a loss to the Menace to keep your playoff hopes alive. But, I mean, they battled. We talked about it. They got it 2-1 there at the half, and coming out in the second half, they had a chance there, but the Menace came out and did what they do, Yeah,
I was expecting a little bit of a change from St. Louis, and they went into a 3-3-3, piled on a bit of pressure. Menace counterattack. They got the goal they needed. They've had 3 good opportunities at this point that have eluded them. They score one more, they'll put this game to bed.
And up in the middle, through the middle, still going.
Sunday Mwang, lovely cover there by Sunday. They just can't be fragile at the back. They've got to keep their shape. They can't lose it mentally.
Sodal. And now a substitution again here for St. Louis. It will be Connor Riley coming in for
Reeves.
Reeves has played a good game. He's been busy over there, been frustrated though. He's got it up that right side, but has had trouble.
Yeah, he's put in a shift today, that's for sure. I mean, he hasn't stopped grafting. He's grafted really hard out there. It's time to add in some fresh legs, obviously, for St. Louis, and try and get back at the Menace.
So, St. Louis sends it into the middle. 10 minutes now from the end of regulation here. And a perfect PDL season for the Menace. Back across, and Lions will keep it in play. Send it outside.
That was actually a lovely ball that was played outside. Pity about the delivery. Just wasn't good enough.
Jepson over there. Looking for Cristo in the middle. Menace just content now to burn this clock down. As Williams brings it up. It's on a little burst.
Williams has got some scintillating pace. But actually well read by the defender. Did really well there. Riley shepherded out of play.
And here's the goal kick. Comes out deep, but first to the ball, the Menace. No, Jepson knocks it down. Jepson up ahead. Paga. And it's sent away as they try to get it back to Jepson. Trying to work into the middle. The Sodal. Now on the far side. Chip back. Sodal can't get to it. And the Menace turn it. Ryusuke slows down a little. Over. Gives it off. And the blast is high and over the top.
I thought Ryusuke was going to release that ball earlier. Little ball with the outside of his right foot. It was 2v1 at one stage. Held on to it. Allowed St. Louis Lions to recover. Gather their thoughts. Make it as compact as possible. I mean, the Menace are now looking for that one killer blow now, just to seal the game. I mean, obviously there's going to be space in behind with St. Louis pressing high. So these counterattacks, they're going to be 2v1, 3v1 at stages of the game with 7 minutes left.
Yeah, MC inside. Now taken by Pago.
Given away by Migliana.
Set it across field. And up ahead. And does run it down in the corner. Send it back over. And a header almost snuck one in there.
Free header for Pogga.
Yeah.
Just got off the shoulder of Graham. Just didn't quite get enough on that header.
Back the other way. Again, the Menace.
3v2.
Paga, oh. Defender comes up on him again.
Good defending there. I mean, like I said earlier, spaces are going to start opening up. The game's going to open up big time. There's huge gaps between the lines at this point. But at this stage, I don't think the Lions really care. They're trying to get a goal.
Angelic tries to go in the middle. Crystal. Pago.
Good piece of defending by Sunday there.
Jepson sends it across. Oh, gets it by the defender. Oh. And they'll give him the corner.
Tell you what, that lad Keno, he just pulls something out of nothing in situations.
Ah.
I mean, it looks like, okay, 1v1, it's not going to happen. He gets past the defender. He wins a corner at least. But he's always creative in his own ways.
Yeah, he certainly got to wake up that keeper down there when he's coming in, isn't it? Another substitution. Jonathan Bolanos for Adi Jepson. As we wind down toward 4 minutes in regulation. And the second corner goes in, and Lions will turn it around and try to head back the other way. Stripped away in the midfield. And then St. Clair will stay with the Menace. Well, the Menace at 12-0-1. Reading United is at 11-0-2, and South Georgia Tormenta is at 10-0-2. So they have the best record in the PDL, and at this point it's not going to get any worse. So
no, it's not. I mean, it's a fantastic achievement for the Des Moines Menace to have the best record so far in the PDL. Puts them in good stance, momentum-wise and confidence-wise, moving into the playoffs next weekend.
And another corner here. Swinging out.
See, the Des Moines Menace aren't committing too many players into the box. Got enough players defensively behind the ball just to stop the counter-attack. As Christo just stepped in there to win it.
And the playoff tickets will go on sale after this game. And there's a foul.
Lovely ball played in by Fenwick. Just getting inside Graham. Just the other side of Graham for Pogba.
Pogba, man, since he's come in, he's been involved in all kinds of action, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been dangerous, but he could have scored two goals at least. You know, he's put himself in very good positions. He's got to be clinical.
Joshua Graham gets a yellow card here late.
Pogba's going to take the free kick.
Little wall set up there.
Three-man wall.
And this one curves, but a little too much of a curve to the left.
Yeah, it just goes out to our left, keeper's right. McRudden just getting on the ball there. Hasn't really been on it that much since he's come into the game.
And 1 minute to play in regulation. Back on June 23rd, a late goal by Caw Valley. The only thing that keeps it from a perfect slate across. One tie here for the Menace in PDL play. That ended up a 1-1 tie.
And this will take them to 13-0-1, leading into the playoffs. Fricky with the clearance at the back.
Yeah, probably a little extra time on this one.
I'd say about 3 minutes.
Working it up, and just wide.
Pogo's definitely looking for a goal. He's desperate. I think he just needs to be a little more patient in those situations.
4 minutes.
I was close.
Yeah.
4 minutes of stoppage time.
So for St. Louis, they 4 minutes to get a couple goals. The Sodal.
Stenson coming in deep to collect the ball. Again, he's another player being really impressed with from the Lions. Got that beautiful free kick with the right foot around the wall.
Has some skill with it when he gets it.
He's shown some glimpses of brilliance.
Baryusuke. Ooh, got through traffic, lost the ball there. Trying to get it back. And Christo tried to get by there and knock down the Lion and tried to get by without the foul, but it's called, and there's one right up at the top of the box.
Migliani, Christo just caught Migliani on his ankles. They're having words with each other.
And over a couple minutes left here in the extra time. And the free kick. St. Louis played. Here's the kick. And that goes wide. They played a man down since the 30th minute.
So that free kick goes high and wide from Stinson.
Marco Soma got the red card. Excuse me, Menace back the other way. And there's a foul on St. Louis. Pago in the middle of it all again.
Yeah, it was just brought down. From their point of view, it was a good foul just to slow the game down.
Gets by the defender. Back over. Oh, nice.
I tell you what, if Irakunda didn't get that touch, Kino would have had his hat trick. So it was very well played. Great save to his diving to his right hand side, just parries it away and eludes Kino.
And that goes out for a goal kick. With a little over a minute, I believe, left in the extra time. Going to be another happy Friday night for the Menace. And that's it. They go to 13-0-1. We'll enter the playoffs next week, 7:30, right back here. We'll have a game before that at 4:30. And then the Menace play at 7:30.
Exciting times here in Des Moines. Absolutely fantastic. As Tylee, the general manager, comes through and pats us on the back. But exciting times here in Des Moines. Definitely, what a way to finish the season, the regular season, 13-0-1. And deservedly so.
Well, the key there, that second half when it was 2-1 coming out. Well, probably one of the big keys, too, is that red card. Left him a man down, but
it was always going to be an uphill battle once they had that one player. The Soma was sent off in the 30th minute. I mean, you're going to play the rest of the game for 70 minutes. It's always going to be very, very difficult, especially against this outfit here that the Des Moines Menace put on the field. A well-coached squad of players, knowing exactly what to do at all times on the park. They've got their roles and responsibilities. But I tell you what, give credit to St. Louis Lions. They came out here and they battled and they worked hard.
Mhm.
They really did. They've got some really good individual players. Garcia, Stinson. I was impressed with Stinson. Obviously, Graham at the back. I was impressed with him as well. I mean, he was really good on the ball, played some fantastic diagonals, both sides of the field. He was good in the air. So, I mean, hey, credit to the Lions. They came here, they didn't give up. They kept playing. They changed the shape in the second half, and they went for it.
And they played hard, but tried to do something nobody's done this year here against the Menace, has come out on top in a match. So we'll take a break and do that. We'll come back and we'll wrap it up here. The Menace winning their 13th match of the season, 13-0-1, 3-1 here over St. Louis. Back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Of the year at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. During the Ford Summer Sales Event in Indianola, get 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new 18 Ford F-150 XLTs. 0% for 72 months, plus $1,000 on select new 18 Edge, Escape, and Explorers. You get all of the rebates, incentives, and discounts, plus more for your trade. 0% for 60 months, plus up to $10,000 off select new F-150s won't last. Only at Schottenkirk Ford, Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Des Moines Menace celebrating down on the field. The fans coming out, kids getting the autographs of the players here as they're now 13-0-1 on the season and move on to the playoffs. A week from tonight, right back here, Dar Danielson with Justin Vorster. And you got to like the demeanor and the way they play going into the playoffs because, they don't seem to get rattled. They don't seem to, when they get ahead, they don't seem to get cocky about it either. They just come out and they go to work.
And I think that's the whole thing about the Menace, coming from their coaching staff all the way down. Be humble, show respect, get out there and play, score the goal. Let's go for the next one. Keep your shape sorted out. Off the ball, they go automatically into a 4-5-1. Their wing backs drop in. It's hard to break them down. Like I said, very well organized team. Going into the playoffs, they've got the momentum going for them. They're staying at home. They don't have to travel on the road. So, I mean, hopefully it could go their way.
Okay, they do have a exhibition match tomorrow against Aurora Borealis, and then we'll be back here 7:30 next Friday night for the playoff matchup here. Des Moines Menace hosting a playoff game. Good to do the game with you again, my friend, and congratulations to you, too, on your season, and it was fun talking with a couple of your players here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It was I'm just chuffed how we finished, although we came in second. Pretty exciting. Exciting all around for the Des Moines Menace organization as a whole, for both the men and the women's team. So, yeah, it's just everything seems to be moving forward, and I think it's great for soccer or football here in the Des Moines community. And hopefully the fans can come out next week and watch the game. And if they can't, get online and watch us on CISN. At all aspects, no matter where you are in the U.S. or the world, as long as we can have you guys watching us play next weekend.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thanks to Ruben Garza, Peter Tarpey helping out here tonight, the camera and the technical operations here. The Menace go to 13-0-1 with a 3-1 win here tonight over the St. Louis Lions on CISN.TV.